Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in and practicing with me today. My name is Jessica. So we're going to start all the way down on our mats on your back. So you can come all the way down here. Find any kind of comfortable position that works for you. So your knees can be bent, your legs can be straight, arms can be out to the side or overhead. So just find a comfortable spot. Find a place you can allow your head to really rest heavy. Feel free to close your eyes. And we'll take just a few moments to start to tune in to our breath. So start by just noticing the movements that your breath creates. And start to feel that rise and fall of your belly and your rib cage as you inhale and exhale. And as you breathe here, see if you can start to create just a little more length all the way up the back and the sides of your neck. And then see if you can start to just gently deepen your inhales and find just a little more length to your exhales. And instead of trying to force yourself to breathe deeper, see if you can just allow your breath to start to draw you in a little deeper. And we'll be here for a few more breaths. You can allow yourself to really kind of settle in, softening through your jaw, your neck and shoulders. And then see if you can send a breath all the way out to the palms of your hands. Allowing the palms of your hands to just gently soften and expand. And sending a breath all the way out to the soles of your feet. Allowing the soles of your feet to soften, widen, and expand. And as you breathe here, see if you can breathe into all sides of your belly in your rib cage instead of just breathing into the front of your belly. So see if you can breathe into the sides of your belly, so your side waist, into the side of your rib cage, allowing the sides of your belly and your ribs to really expand out to each side. And breathing into the back of your belly and the back of your rib cage as well. And as you breathe in, feel your lower back and the back of your ribs press down into your mat or into the floor beneath you. And then breathing into the front of your belly and your rib cage as well. Feel your belly really expand as you breathe. Feel the front of your rib cage really expand as well, all the way up to your collarbone. And then see if you can start to breathe into all sides of your belly and your rib cage, expanding out in all directions, creating a bigger, fuller range of motion for you to breathe. And we'll take just about 2 more breaths here. You can stay right where you are, or if you'd like to, go ahead and take a big full body stretch, reaching out through fingers and toes. Kind of wiggle around if you'd like to. And then take your time. When you are ready, go ahead and draw your knees in towards your chest. You can kind of hug your knees in tight if you'd like to, or you can rock your knees a little side to side, or maybe make some circles with your knees here, really massaging into your lower back. And then from here, we're going to make our way into a spinal twist. So allow both knees to drop over to the right, and then let your left shoulder start to drop back towards your mat there. Let everything rest heavy, and then see if you can breathe into your left side ribs, left side waist. Really allowing your rib cage to expand as you breathe. And find a way to allow your jaw to stay soft. And take another breath here. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, use your abdominals to help you twist just a little deeper. Perfect. On your next inhale, knees come back up to center. And then on your exhale, drop your knees over to the left, allowing that right shoulder to really drop back towards your mat. Good. Head, neck, and shoulders relax. And this time, breathe into your right side ribs, right side waist, allowing everything to really expand here. Good. And feel free to use your abdominals to help you twist just a little bit deeper. Perfect. On your next inhale, take your time, bring your knees back up to center. And then keep your knees bent, just drop your feet down onto your mat, and then arms reach up and overhead along your mat or on the floor there. Good. So from here, extend your right leg long. We'll take a big inhale here. And then on your exhale, draw your right knee in towards your chest or reach your arms forward. So it's like you're squeezing thigh to belly, belly to thigh, and really reach forward there. Good. And then on an inhale, extend your right leg out, arms reach overhead. Good. Exhale, curl everything back in. Draw that right knee in, reach forward. Good. A few more times just like that. Move at your own pace. So you can move with your breath if you'd like to. You can keep it really slow, or you can speed it up. Really squeeze your abdominals like you're squeezing that thigh to belly. Perfect. Thanks, you guys. About 2 more times on this side. Just take your time. Good. Now we're going to switch right over to the other side. So if you need to take a break, go ahead and do that. Otherwise, just move right on over to the left side. Good. Big inhale as you extend everything out. Exhale as you curl it in. Good. See if you can keep your jaw soft here as you move. And just a few more here. Perfect. 2 more times on this side. Good. Awesome job. When you're done, both feet drop down. Relax your head back. Take a big full breath right into your belly. Nice, long, relaxing exhale. Perfect. And then when you are ready, take your time, make your way all the way up to a seated position. Feel free to sit up on a pillow or a block if you'd like to, or right on your mat. Either way is fine there. See if you can find some length all the way up your spine. Chest stays really open. We're going to move our head into some big, slow circles, starting to stretch our neck and just loosen everything up. So make sure you're breathing here as you move. And feel free to linger anywhere that feels like it needs an extra stretch, or just keep moving. Perfect. To make sure you go both directions with your circles if you haven't already. We'll be here for just about 2 more breaths. So wherever you'd like to be is fine. Good. Make your way back to center when you are ready. From here, you're going to roll over your shins. Make your way to hands and knees. Once you're in hands and knees, wrists underneath your shoulders. Knees will be underneath your hips or slightly behind your hips, whatever feels okay on your knees. You can tuck your toes or not. Either way is fine. We're going to move through some cat-cows here. So just move at your own pace, in your own way. Let your belly drop down, lift your tailbone. Chest reaches forward through your arms, keeping this length and space on the sides of your neck. And then on an exhale, press the mat away, hollow out your belly, lift the back of your ribs up, allow your head to really hang down here. On an inhale, drop your belly, lift your tailbone, chest reaches forward. And then on an exhale, press your mat away, hollow out your belly, lift the back of your ribs up. And then keep moving between those two poses at your own pace. And feel free to keep that connection with your movement and your breath. And just breathe wherever it feels natural for you to breathe. So we'll do a few more rounds here. You can stick with cat-cow if you'd like to. You can add your own movements as well. If you'd like to, you can cat-cow from side to side, kind of shifting your rib cage side to side. You can also make some big circles with your rib cage, really stretching out all sides of your ribs and your waist. And add any other movements that you like. If it sounds good to kind of shift forward and back through child's pose, feel free to do that as well. Perfect. Doing great, you guys. We'll just be here for about 2 more breaths, so keep moving in any way that feels good to you. Good, and take your time when you are ready. Make your way back to center, back to that neutral spine. And then we're going to lower all the way down onto our belly. Good, so come all the way down, untuck your toes there. And this time plant your hands right underneath your shoulders. Good, so press your forehead down into your mat. Good, press the tops of your feet down as well. Go ahead and squeeze your thighs so your knees lift up. And then lift your shoulders up into the sockets. Good. Keep all of that. Gently start to squeeze through your glutes, sending your tailbone towards your heels. Good. And then from here, lift your shoulders, lift your forehead and chest, and just gently lift up into cobra there. Good. From here, if it feels okay, maybe float your legs as well. If that feels comfortable, you can reach your arms back by your sides. Good. See if you can find some external rotation. So turn your thumbs out and up so palms reach out and up as well. Good. Lift up just a little higher. We'll take one more breath here. Good. Go ahead and lower all the way back down. If you'd like to, you can stack your hands, rest your forehead, or turn your gaze off to either side. Good, we're going to do that one more time. So plant your hands right underneath your shoulders there. Forehead presses down into the mat. Press the tops of your feet down. Squeeze your thighs so your knees lift. Engage through your glutes. Send your tailbone toward your heels. Good. Lift your shoulders up into the sockets, and then go ahead and lift your forehead and your chest up. Reach your chest forward. Good. If that feels okay, float your legs as well. And then see if you can lift just your right leg a little higher. Good. Switch, lift just your left leg a little higher. Good. Lift both legs high. Good. If that feels okay, reach your arms back by your sides as well. Perfect. And then just your right arm reaches forward. Good. Right arm reaches back. Left arm reaches forward. Left arm reaches back. Nice, you guys. Both arms reach forward this time. Lift everything just a little higher. Good. Both arms reach back. Perfect. Stay lifted and really active. This time, plant your hands next to your rib cage. And then on an inhale, let your legs drop down as you lift up into cobra. Reach your chest forward. So you can come up high if you'd like. If that's a lot for your back, you can stay a little bit lower. So either way is fine. Good. Take another breath here. Reach your chest forward through your arms. So instead of trying to reach up really high and crunching through your lower back, think about reaching your chest forward through your arms, lengthening through that lower spine. Good. Take one more breath here. And then control the way all the way down to your belly. Good. We'll lift and lower a few more times up into cobra. Move at your own pace. Go and squeeze your glutes first. On an inhale, lead with the back of your ribs. Lift your chest up. Reach it forward. On an exhale, lower back down. A few more times. Good. Move at any pace you'd like. And we'll be here for a couple more breaths. You can keep lifting and lowering, or if it sounds nice, you can hang out up at the top here. Maybe rock your hips a little side to side if that feels nice. You can also look over each shoulder, stretch your neck, or maybe reach your chin up towards the corners of the room, stretching out the front of your neck as well. So move in any way that you like. Just kind of wiggle and move at your own pace. Feel free to explore and try new movements. Okay, let's take one more breath here. Good, and then when you are ready, we're going to make our way back to downward facing dog. So you can make your way there any way that you like. You can either tuck your toes, lift your knees, press straight up to plank, and back to downward dog. Or you can come up through hands and knees, tuck your toes, lift your knees, lift your hips up and back. Good. From here, allow your head to really hang down. Your knees can be bent as much as you'd like here. And then any movements that sound good, feel free to add those in. You can bend one knee, drop the other heel, switching from side to side. You can also rock your hips a little side to side, kind of tipping your heels from side to side. We'll be here for just a couple more breaths. Nice job. From here, go and lift your heels up really high. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Good. Start to round your spine as you shift all the way forward into plank pose. Perfect. Same thing all the way back. So puff up your upper back. Come all the way back, downward facing dog. We're going to shift forward and back 2 more times. So move at your own pace. You can keep it really slow if you like, or you can speed it up. Perfect. One more time. Shift it forward. Good. And all the way back, downward facing dog. We'll stay here. Good. Take another breath in downward facing dog. Allow your head to really hang down. Perfect. On your next inhale, go ahead and lift your right leg up and back behind you. Good. On an exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Make your way into a lunge there. Good. From here, go ahead and pivot your back heel down. Press your right heel straight down as you lift all the way up to warrior one. Arms reach up. Perfect. Big bend into your right knee. Make sure your right knee is tracking over towards the right so it's not dropping in towards the midline there. Press your whole left foot down into your mat. Good. And then keep this kind of big arch out of your spine. So draw your front ribs back, tailbone reaches down. Perfect. From here, interlace your fingers behind your lower back. On an inhale, draw your shoulders back, open up your chest. We're going to drop down into humble warrior. So either rest your belly on your thigh and let your head hang down, or drop your right shoulder inside your right knee or thigh. Reach your forehead towards the mat there. And then if you like, knuckles can lift up off your lower back. Make sure you don't round your shoulders forward though. Good. Reach that right hip back behind you. Take another breath here. Perfect. On an inhale, right heel presses straight down as you lift all the way up. Release your arms. Arms reach up, warrior one. Good. We're going to turn to warrior two. So legs stay the same. Turn your torso to the left. Arms go wide. Perfect. Reach energy out through your fingertips so your hands aren't just hanging there. Good. Really bend into this right knee. Press your right knee gently to the right. Good. Relax through your shoulders there. Perfect. On an inhale, come back to exalted warrior. So left hand comes towards your back thigh, right arm reaches up and back. Good. See if you can square your ribs to the long side of your mat so you get a nice big side stretch here. Good. Come forward, side angle. Right elbow comes towards your right thigh, or fingertips can reach down. Left arm reaches all the way up or maybe over your ear. Good. Lean that left shoulder blade back. Left heel presses down into your mat. Make sure you're breathing here. Make sure the shoulder doesn't drop up by your ear, so kind of press your forearm down into your leg. Good. On an inhale, come back to exalted. So left hand comes towards your back thigh, right arm up. Good. This time, straighten out your right leg. Perfect. We're going to come forward into triangle pose. So reach way forward. Keep length on both sides of your waist there. Right hand can plant on your thigh, shin, maybe a block, or down onto your mat. And then rotate your left side ribs up. Left arm reaches up. Good. Really press that left heel down into your mat. And again, keep length on both sides of your waist. So don't let this right side waist kind of crunch up here. Good. From here, look down towards your mat. We're going to come into half moon. So bend your right knee. Step your back foot in just a little closer. Right hand plants forward and wider here. Maybe up on a block or water bottle or a book. Weight is on that right foot. Take your time. Start to float your left leg up and back any amount. So maybe today your toes stay down. You just work on lifting a little. Or maybe you can lift that leg all the way up. Left hand can either be on your hip or you can reach it up. Good. Take another breath here. And if you fall, if your balance isn't happening today, who cares? Just get back into it. Good. From here, bend into your right knee. Step your left foot all the way back. Drop your heel. Come back to exalted. Left hand to your back thigh. Right arm reaches up. Perfect. From here, go ahead and plant your hands down on either side of that right foot. Right foot steps back to meet your left into plank pose. Good. Shift forward just a little. We're going to lower down just a quarter of the way and hold there. Good. So if you can puff up through that lower back. Good. Press all the way back up, plank. Good. This time lower down halfway and hold. Nice. Knees can also be down if that's helpful. Good. Come all the way up. Good. This time lower 3/4 of the way down so you're just hovering there. Good. All the way back up. Nice. This time come all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes. On an inhale, lift up to cobra or upward dog. Good. Chest really reaches forward through your arms there. Good. And then lower all the way down to your belly. Take your time. Make your way back to downward facing dog. Good. Hang out in downward facing dog for just a couple breaths. If child's pose is calling your name instead of downward dog, you can always do that instead. Good. Hang out there just one more full breath. Nice, you guys. So we're going to meet in downward facing dog if you're not there already. Good. And then on an inhale, left leg lifts up and back. On an exhale, step your left foot forward between your hands. Make your way into a lunge. Once you're there, right heel pivots down. Left heel presses straight down as you lift all the way up, warrior one. Good. Relax through your shoulders. Keep this big arch out of your spine, so draw front ribs back. Tailbone reaches down, so you're drawing those lower belly in and back. Good. Bend into that left knee. From here, hands come behind your lower back. Interlace your fingers behind your back. The opposite way you did last time, so the awkward way. And then draw shoulders back, open up your chest, take a big inhale. On your exhale, humble warrior, so left shoulder drops inside your left knee or thigh. Reach your forehead down towards your mat. Maybe hands lift off of that lower back, but keep your shoulders drawing back as well. Good, make sure you breathe here. Good, softening through your face and jaw. We'll take just one more breath here. Perfect. On an inhale, left heel presses straight down as you lift all the way back up. Arms reach up, warrior one. Good, we're going to turn to warrior two. So legs stay the same. Turn your torso to the right, arms go wide. Again, really reach out through your fingertips. Allow your shoulders to gently drop down. Good, big bend into your left knee. Tailbone reaches towards that left heel. Good, on an inhale, come back to exalted warrior. Right hand towards your back thigh, left arm up. Same thing on this side. Square your ribs to the long side of your mat so you get this nice big side stretch. Good. Go ahead and come forward, side angle, left elbow to your left thigh, or fingertips can reach down, and then right arm reaches all the way up and over. Good. Pressing down with that right foot. Good. Lean that right shoulder back just a little bit more, really opening up through the chest. Press your thigh away with your forearm. Good. On an inhale, make your way back to exalted. Right hand to your back thigh, left arm up. And this time, straighten out your left leg. Good. Make your way forward, triangle pose. Take your time. Again, keeping that length on both sides of your waist. Left hand plants on thigh, shin block or your mat. Rotate your right side, ribs up. Right arm reaches up. Good. Right heel presses down into your mat there. Perfect. Take another breath. Good. Look down towards your mat. We're going to make our way forward into half moon. So just take your time here. Bend your left knee. Right foot steps in a little closer. Left hand plants forward and wider. And then take your time. Start to float this right leg any amount. Good. Once your leg is up, if you feel comfortable, open up your hips a little more to the right, stacking that right hip over your left. Keep everything really active. So imagine you're grabbing onto the air with your hands and your feet. Good. And again, if you fall, who cares? Just get back into it. No big deal. Balance is just different every day. Good. One more breath here. Good. On an inhale, make your way back to exalted. So bend into that left knee. Right foot steps back. Drop your heel. Right hand to your back thigh. Left arm up. Perfect. Hands plant all the way down. Step your left foot back to meet your right into plank pose. Good. Lower down just a quarter of the way and hold. And all the way back up. Nice. Lower down halfway, hold. Good. All the way up. Lower 3/4 of the way. And just hover here, hang out. Good. All the way back up. Perfect. Good. This time lower all the way to your belly. Untuck your toes on an inhale. Lift up cobra or upward dog. You're doing awesome. Good. Lower back down. Make your way back. Downward facing dog. Good. Take another breath in downward facing dog. Wiggle or shake out anything you like, or grab a drink. Sip of water. Good. On your next inhale, go and lift your right leg up and back behind you. On an exhale, step your right foot forward between your hands. Make your way into a lunge. Good. Pivot your back heel down. Right heel presses straight down as you lift all the way up, warrior one. Perfect. Hands come behind your lower back. Interlace your fingers. On an inhale, open up your chest. Good. Exhale, humble warrior. Drop that right shoulder inside your right knee or thigh. Reach your forehead towards your mat. Reach your knuckles away from you. Perfect. On an inhale, right heel presses down. Come all the way back up. Arms reach up, warrior one. Good. Open up, warrior two. Arms go wide. Good. From here, we're going to make some dish rag arms. So think of a dish rag. When you wring it out, one side goes one way, one side goes the other way. So same with our shoulders. So one shoulder goes in external rotation, opening up the palm. The other one goes internal, bringing your palm behind you. And then we'll switch, and then switch again. So you're just rotating your shoulders in opposite directions, getting them moving. Good. Just a couple more here. Perfect. Come back to warrior two, arms wide. Good. Inhale, come back, exalted. Left hand to your back thigh, right arm up. Good. And then see if you can meet that right hand with your left. So left arm reaches up as well, using your core to help you stabilize here. Good. Keep your arms up. We're going to come forward towards side angle, but leave your arms up, so you really have to use your core to help you. Good. Come back, exalted. Both arms up. Good. Come forward, side angle. Good. This time come back to regular exalted, so left hand to your back thigh. Reach up. Good. And then go ahead and straighten out your right leg. Make your way forward, triangle pose. And just take your time there. You can hang out here. You can add a little core work by reaching that right arm forward, or maybe both arms reach forward. Either way, make sure you're breathing here. Awesome. Take your time. We're going to come forward to half moon. So bend your right knee. Right hand plants forward and wider, floating that left leg up. Good. Left arm can reach up as well. Perfect. Good. From here, you can either stay here and just work on your balance. You can also bend your left knee, reach back with that left hand for your foot or ankle, kick your foot into your hand, round back like you're rounding over a big beach ball. So you stretch out that front left hip flexor there. Good. You can hang here, or if you really want to challenge your balance, you can take that left leg, sweep it all the way over to the left, and then back behind you. And then over to the left. And back behind you, maybe do that one more time. Perfect. Good. Make your way back to half moon when you're ready. We're going to make our way back to exalted. So bend your right knee, step your left foot all the way back, drop your heel, exalted warrior. Perfect. Go ahead and plant your hands down. Step your right foot back to meet your left. Good. Lower down to your belly. Untuck your toes. On an inhale, lift up cobra or upward dog. Good. Lower all the way back down. Make your way back. Downward facing dog. Good. Take another breath there. And then on your next inhale, left leg lifts up and back. On an exhale, left foot steps forward between your hands. Make your way into a lunge. And then pivot your right heel down. Good. Left heel presses straight down as you lift all the way up. Warrior one. Good. From here, interlace your fingers behind your lower back, the opposite way you did last time. Inhale, draw your shoulders back, open up your chest. Good. Exhale, humble warrior. Drop that left shoulder inside your left knee or thigh. Reach your forehead towards the floor. Perfect. On an inhale, left heel presses down. Come all the way back up. Arms reach up, warrior one. Good. Open up, warrior two. Arms go wide. Perfect. Let's find those dish drag arms here again. So one shoulder rolls forward, one rolls back. And just alternate from side to side. Make sure you get this big full movement at the shoulder, so not just your forearm is moving. Good. Just a couple more. Nice. Coming back to warrior two. Make your way back to exalted. Right hand towards your back thigh, left arm up. Good. This time, right arm reaches up as well. Use your core to stabilize. If that's a lot, you can keep that right hand down. Come forward, side angle. Arms still reach up. Good. Inhale back, exalted. Perfect. Come forward, side angle. Okay, let's make our way back regular exalted. Right hand to your back thigh, left arm up. And this time, straighten out your left leg. Okay, take your time, come forward, triangle pose. Left hand can be on thigh, shin, a block, or your mat. Rotate your right side ribs up, right arm reaches up. Perfect, really press down with that right heel. And you can stay here, hand can be up or on your hip. If you want to add a little core work, maybe that left arm reaches forward, maybe both arms reach forward. Good, make sure you can breathe fully wherever you are. Good. We're going to make our way forward into half moon. So take your time, bend into that left knee. Left hand plants forward and wider. Float that right leg up as much as you'd like. Good. So you can stay here if you'd like to. Just work on your balance. Right hand can also be on your hip. If you want to challenge, go ahead and bend your right knee. Reach back with that right hand for your foot or your ankle. And then kick your foot into your hand. Round back like you're rounding over a big beach ball. Feel free to hang out there. Or if you want to test your balance, that right leg reaches over to the right. and then back behind you. Do that a couple more times if you'd like to. Good. We'll make our way back to half moon when you're ready. And then bend into your left knee, step your right foot back, drop your heel, exalted warrior. Perfect. Go ahead and plant your hands down. Good. Left foot steps back to meet your right. Good. Take your time, lower down to your belly. Untuck your toes on an inhale, lift up, cobra, reach your chest forward. Good. Lower all the way to your belly. Good. From here, we're going to stretch out the front of our shoulders and chest. So right arm reaches straight out to the right, about shoulder height or maybe a little bit lower. Make sure the shoulder hugs away from the ear, just gently. Good. Left hand comes down onto your mat outside your rib cage. You're going to bend your left knee. Use this left hand to help you roll over onto your right side. Left toes can tap or your foot can drop down. Head can stay up. You can also rest your head down on the ground, a towel, or a block. Good. Think about just gently hugging your shoulder blades towards one another. And just go easy on your shoulders. Don't push too hard. So you can hang out here if you'd like a little bit more. This left arm can drop behind your back, drawing shoulder blades towards each other, but just gently. Good. You can also reach for that opposite hand to interlace your fingers. You can also spin your lower body a little bit more as well. If that all just looks ridiculous, just choose any other option that works for you. Good. Let's take just about 2 more breaths here. Good. Make sure you can breathe fully into your belly. Good. Feel free to stay a little longer if you'd like to. When you're ready to make your way out, take your time. Maybe release your hands first, releasing that left arm back to your mat. And then really slowly roll back onto your belly. Once you're there, stack your hands, rest your forehead, or turn your gaze off to either side. You can always wiggle your hips just a little there. Good, and no rush. When you're ready, we're going to make our way to the other side. So this time, left arm is going to reach straight out to the left, about shoulder height or a little lower. Make sure that shoulder plugs away from your ear, down into the socket. Right fingertips come to your mat. Bend into your right knee. Use this right hand to help you roll over onto your left side. Good. Can tap or your right foot can drop down. Head can stay lifted, or you can drop your head down on a towel block or your mat. This right arm can be anywhere that's comfortable for you. Perfect. And again, just go easy on your shoulders. Adjust if you need to. If you'd like even more, this right arm can drop behind your back, drawing shoulder blades towards one another and just gently down your spine. You can also interlace your fingers or keep spinning through your lower body. But just make sure you can breathe wherever you are. Good. And really start to make your breath a part of the pose and a part of the movement so that they are not separate. So breathing into any sensations that you may be feeling, or maybe just lengthening that exhale just a little longer so you can stay in the pose just a little longer. Perfect. Let's take 2 more full breaths here. Good. Take your time. Make your way out when you're ready. You can always stay a few more breaths if it feels good where you're at. Once you're back on your belly, maybe stack your hands, rest your forehead. Maybe turn your gaze off to either side. And just take a breath or 2 there. Good, and then no rush. When you are ready, we're going to make our way back to downward facing dog. So take your time, make your way there. Good, and on your next inhale, right leg lifts up and back. We're going to make our way into pigeon pose here. So from here, right knee comes towards your right wrist. Drop your knee, shin, and foot down. Go ahead and spin that right foot just a little to the left. Look down, make sure that right knee is outside of your hip. And then go ahead and wiggle your hips back here. You can also sit up on a block or blanket or pillow if you'd like to, or start to wiggle your hips all the way down. Good, so feel free to stay upright, but think about drawing your belly back and in so you support your lower spine here. You can stay here. You can also start to walk your hands or forearms forward, folding in. You can come all the way down if you'd like to. And feel free to just be still and just breathe into the shape that you're creating with your body. You can also find some movement here, so rocking your hips a little side to side, really loosen things up. Or you can experiment, add some bigger movements, maybe walk your torso to the left so that you fold more of that right foot and you'll get it a little more into your outer hip. Only if it feels good though. Good, hang out there. You can add any other movements you'd like. You can always reach your arms up. You can always twist in either direction. If you want to get wild, you can add a quad stretch, bending your back knee, reach back with either hand that makes sense. You can either kick your foot into your hand or draw your heel in just a little closer towards your hips there. But see if you can really start to square your pelvis forward as you do any of these movements. Good, we'll just be here for a couple more breaths. Good. And if this movement just doesn't work for you with your knees or your hips, you can do the same pose on your back. So you can come onto your back, bend both knees, cross that right ankle over your left thigh, and draw your legs in towards your chest. You can either hold onto the back of your thigh or your shin, or you can loop a strap here to help you pull everything in. If you want a little help, you can also use a wall. Do the same thing at the wall. You're going to scoot all the way up. Feet come up to the wall, left leg stays straight, cross that right ankle over your left thigh, and then start to bend that left knee so you sink down into the same stretch. You can also press this right knee towards the wall for a little bit more. So that's another option for you. We got about 3 more breaths on this side. Good. One more breath, sink in just a little bit deeper. Good. So feel free to stay another breath or 2 or 3 or 5, longer if it feels nice where you are. When you're ready to make your way out, you can either just lean over onto that right hip and kind of shake or wiggle out your legs that way. Or you can plant your hands in front of your shin, shift forward, tuck your back toes under, press the mat away, draw your belly up and in as you lift up and back to downward dog. From there, you can kind of wiggle or shake out your legs if you need to. Feel free to add any other poses you like between sides. And then we're going to make our way over to the other side when you're ready. So no rush at all. When you're ready, left leg lifts up and back. Left knee comes towards your left wrist. Drop your knee, shin, and foot down. And then go ahead and wiggle your hips all the way back there. Good. So same thing on this side. You can stay upright. If that feels like a nice stretch, just work on drawing those front ribs and lower belly back and in. You can also walk hands or forearms forward and fold in here. You can wiggle or shift your hips side to side. Really help to loosen things up. And feel free to just be still and breathe into that left hip. Also feel free to find some movement. So again, you can lift up, you can twist to either side in any way that you'd like. You can even twist down on your mat. You can also walk your torso over to the right, folding over that left leg. You just hit up some different muscle fibers there, creating a bigger, fuller range of motion as you get into these different areas of your hips. But again, really start to Bring your awareness back to your breath so that you make your breath a part of the movement, a part of the pose. And you allow those long exhales to just help you sink in a little bit deeper, maybe help you stay in the pose a little longer, or maybe just focus your mind away from those to-do lists and whatever else is going on. And keep your focus here on your breath into that left hip. And this side might feel totally different than the right side. We tend to live those asymmetrical lives where we do one thing on one side, something completely different on the other side, and so our sides just feel different. And that's okay. I think trees are in no way ever symmetrical. They're always doing their own things on each side, and we just got to be okay with our bodies being like that as well sometimes. Good. Feel free to add any other variations that you like. If you tried that quad stretch on the other side, feel free to try it on this side as well. You can bend that right knee, reach back with either hand that feels more accessible there. You can either kick your foot into your hand, or you can start to draw your heel in a little closer towards your hips. But keep drawing your front ribs and lower belly back and in so you don't kind of crunch through your lower spine there. And feel free to use the wall variation or the variation on your back if that feels better for you here. And we've just got about 3 more breaths here. Always feel free to make your way out early if you'd rather, or stay a little bit longer if you'd like to. Okay, let's take one more breath here. Good. Feel free to stay longer if you'd like. If you're ready to make your way out, take your time. Come out any way that you like. You can either lean over onto that left hip, shake out your legs, or make your way back to downward facing dog. Either way is fine. Take your time, kind of wiggle everything out. And then when you are done, and no rush at all, we're going to make our way back onto our backs where we started. So you can come all the way down. And then once you're there, draw your knees back and towards your chest. Good. We're going to come into a spinal twist here. So let both knees drop over to the right. Left shoulder drops back towards your mat. Good. Just drop everything down into your mat and take a few breaths here, breathing into your belly, into your left side ribs. You can turn your gaze over your left shoulder if you'd like to extend this twist all the way up your spine, up through your neck. Perfect. On your next inhale, gently unwind knees, come back up to center. On your exhale, drop your knees over to the left there. Right shoulder drops back toward your mat. You can turn your gaze over your right shoulder if you'd like, and just drop everything. Let your body rest heavy. Just take a couple breaths here. Good. Gently expanding through that right side rib cage as you breathe. Perfect. On your next inhale, gently unwind, knees come back to center. Good. And then go ahead and take a big full body stretch, reaching your arms overhead, reach out through fingers and toes. If this is comfortable for you, feel free to hang out here. You can also bend into your knees. You can also lay on your side or your belly or be seated. So any kind of shavasana that's calling your name, feel free to make your way there. And if what's relaxing for you is to kind of wiggle and move and stretch, feel free to do that. If you'd rather be still and just breathe, you can do that as well. So find a comfy spot there. Feel free to close your eyes if you'd like to. And just allow yourself to breathe without trying, without forcing. Just allow your body to breathe for you. And take a moment to just notice all of the things that your body does for you, and not what it doesn't. Notice the way that it breathes for you, and the way that your heart gently beats for you. So feel free to stay here for as long as you'd like. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have an amazing rest of your day or evening. Thank you.